Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. We are in chapter 7 of 2nd Chronicles. Please pause this recording and listen to the chapter for yourself, or at least read the chapter for yourself, just so that you understand what is happening in this chapter, because I'll not be reading it word for word as I usually do for other books, because these are stories that we have gone through before. So pause, read the chapter for yourself, then you can come back and listen to the lessons that I have to share with you guys. So in chapter 7, one of the things that is happening is that Solomon has finished praying and fire has come down from heaven and has burnt down the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glorious presence of the Lord has filled the temple. As in, how amazing is that? That is just so cool. The people bow down and they worship and they acknowledge the Lord is good and that his love endures forever. Then that night, the Lord appeared to Solomon and assured him that he had heard his prayer. And the Lord promises to be with Solomon and the people of Israel if they remain faithful. And Solomon then offered more sacrifices and held a grand feast for 7 days, which was attended by a joyous assembly. So that's basically what's happening in the chapter. God comes and just assures Solomon that he has heard of his prayers. Let me tell you guys, if there is anything that I find encouraging, is to know that when you're talking to someone, that they can hear you. Can you imagine if you were just praying and you don't know whether God hears you? You don't know, is he there? Am I just talking to myself? You should find this chapter very encouraging then, because it shows that God actually hears our prayers. The first thing that he does is that he comes down, rather fire flashes down from heaven and burnt up all the burnt offerings and sacrifices that Solomon had presented to God. So that's like assurance number 1 of God has heard you. And then Isitoshe, on top of that, he actually comes and visits Solomon at night and assures him that he has heard his prayers and that he's actually going to answer them. And he says, if you guys actually do what you are supposed to do, if you guys continue to worship me, if you guys don't turn away from worshiping me and start worshiping idol worship, then I will always make sure that as the someone from the family of David remains on the throne. That is exactly what God comes and says, that mimi nimesikia maombi zenu, and I will definitely do that. If anything, be encouraged that God hears our prayers. Be encouraged that your prayers are not in vain, that they are not empty words, that there is a God in heaven listening to you, and he's capable and willing to answer you. Let me tell you, keep up capacity and willingness are two different things. And someone can have the capacity to do something and they're not willing to do it. So that's not going to work. And someone can be willing. Someone can be so willing to help you, but they have no capacity to help you. But the God that we pray to is a God who listens, a God who answers, and God who is capable and willing to answer us. If anything, be assured that the Lord's eyes are open and his ears are very attentive to every prayer made. I like verse 15, and this is what it says. God is actually speaking to Solomon. He's saying, my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to every prayer that is made in this place. Can you imagine? That is the Lord that we pray to, a Lord whose eyes are open and his ears are attentive to every prayer that is made. If anything, let this chapter just encourage you that the Lord surely does answer prayers. I think that's it. I'm not even going to try and get another lesson from it. For me, I'm just encouraged that the Lord hears me and that he answers me and he's capable and willing to answer me. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening to this for the very first time, please subscribe to my channel and then hit the notification bell so that you never miss any recording that goes up. For those that are not listening on the YouTube channel, thank you very much for listening. And I do pray that this word blesses you. See you tomorrow.